Have you noticed how people don't listen to what you say anymore? The other day, I asked for some information to a friend of mine through the email, and he sent me the information through the email. And I wrote to that person through the email for an appointment, and the person mentioned, "You feel free to call me at any time." And I answered through email, "Oh, I prefer not talk on the phone. Let's just set an appointment, and when we get together, we talk." But the person told me, "Call me." I called the person and I left a message. "Well, I'm returning your call. Once you're busy, you take a look at the email I sent you. Don't call me." What happened? The person called me. So, what makes people not listen to what you say? This is why there is communication. This is why there are words. But people have to not listen to what you say. Why talk them? Why communicate them? Do they have an idea of how inconvenient they can be? Do they know? Do they have an idea of what I was doing at that time? That I could not be interrupted? And the person called. Why did the person call? If I communicated to the person I don't like talking on the phone twice, once writing through the email, another when I called and I told the person, "Don't call me back." What makes the person not listen or not read? It means that person is very self-centered, very selfish, and that person must be very, very, very boring. I could tell that the person was very bored because of the tone of her voice. I heard her tone of voice at the answer machine. It was the worst. So some people, you can know how boring they are by their tone of voice. But you cannot choose people that you have to do business with. So they're boring. But they can be boring when they're on their own, on their ego. But no, they forget that they cannot be boring when they're dealing with somebody professionally. Because professionally you have to be acute, prepared, ready, and you have to listen and you have to read. So, selfish people, you have no time to be selfish because that gets you not as professional as you should be. That is lack of capability. So why don't you work on yourselves, back people? And don't listen and don't write and don't read when you're dealing with the word professionally. Your ego cannot be out there. You know that you torture other people because you're torturous to yourself? People, when are you going to learn that you don't have the right to be tortured to yourselves? When are you going to learn that, people? What does it take for you to realize how boring first world people can be? When? How?